Hi, this is Andreas with RRE Global. Today we want to show you our Xbull Rear Door Carrier system. Let's talk a little bit why the Xbull Carrier is the stiffest, sturdiest and let's say maybe strongest carrier in the market. We are using 5 connecting points, 3 of the gluing pads on the inside of the door, and then the very strong connecting points to the hinges. But it's even a little more. So obviously the frame is one part of the story, and then you have the pattern of the airline track in every sheet. Where you really go with heavier loads, you can always use the airline track mounts. It's a little reinforced behind, so there's another bar behind and then the airline track sits in it. And these flanges make it even stiffer and sturdier, and also for heavier loads very safe to transport. So whenever you have something very heavy, you might want to use at least one of the airline tracks because they have the backing to it. The sheet is strong as well, but if you have really heavy loads, that would be the right location for it. It conveniently arrives in single pack boxes, so every box has a left or right panel in it. It's safely packed, and you can order either the left or right side if you prefer, but it's also available as a bundle. Here we have all the hardware laid out in the sequence we want to glue it on the doors. From the top to the center we see cutout for the Mercedes logo, and the lower part will be around the license plate holder, and then you can see the brackets we need to adjust the door and limit the angle of the opening, and the little bag with all the screws, washers and caps. And it's a little bit as a background information. Most of the planes these days and most of the vehicles and cars these days are glued together. So that's actually a stronger connection than a single screw, because a screw is always very punctual. Here you're distributing the load on a larger surface, so overall you can hang tons on a plate like this. And very important, we are also delivering a kind of door stop. Depending on the setup, you need a wider angle or you need to limit the angle to not damage the vehicle with a large box, for example. So let's talk a little bit about the Xbull door handle extension. Everyone knows how difficult it can be to reach behind if you have larger boxes or even bulkier bikes or whatever mounted to your rack. What this piece is doing, we are basically extending it from the door handle, and that gives you a nice operations here from the inside where you can actually really reach in between. We have 2 panels left and right with 5 super strong connecting points to each door. So you have the 3 gluing pads on each side and the hinges, so much stiffer and sturdier. Also when you have bending in the center, very often you see dents with other products installed. In this case you are distributing the weight very nicely. You can remove panels to mount boxes. For example, the ski box we have here, you go directly to the frame. The airline track remains in the box, so you can fix everything super easy, and that gives you a lot of flexibility in your layout. We have spare wheel carriers, we have smaller boxes, everything can be mounted easily in the airline tracks. Contact us for more information or visit our homepage at RRE Global.